the best. Fox 10 News at 10.
First tonight at 10 o'clock, extra officers will be assigned to Payson High School tomorrow. It comes after police say a gunman confronted a staff member on campus today, and investigators have released surveillance images hoping to catch him.
Around 11 this morning, police say a man with a gun confronted a staff member inside the administrative building at Payson High School in what may have been a burglary attempt. The employee was not hurt and called 911. Before officers arrived, they say the man left campus with a woman in a white Toyota Tacoma. Detectives believe she may somehow be connected to the school. They say extra officers will be on campus in the morning, but that there is no further threat to campus at this time. Anyone with information is asked to come forward.
Well, 4 people are hurt in a crash involving 8 vehicles at a Phoenix intersection today. It happened just before 6 o'clock at Central and Camelback. Police say a driver ran a red light and hit other cars making a left turn. Paramedics took 2 women and 2 men to the hospital. 1 man is in extremely critical condition. No word if the red light runner was hurt or if any arrests have been made. An investigation is underway in North Phoenix after several homes under construction go up in flames. The fire broke out this morning at a development near Tatum and Bell Road. According to the website, the 121-acre property is planning 420 single-family homes and nearly 300 duplex homes. Flames tore through the wooden frames, sending smoke high into the air, and tonight crews are still trying to figure out what happened.
As soon as crews got on scene, they immediately balanced us to a first alarm due to the potential of the fire. There was a lot of homes in this construction area, and like I said, there's about 4 houses that were significantly affected, with a total of about 10 houses total with smoke and a total loss.
Fire crews from Phoenix and Scottsdale battled the flames, and no one was hurt. A 16-year-old boy is killed overnight in North Phoenix. Police say he was shot after leaving a party that was being broken up. It happened around 2 a.m. near Cave Creek and Greenway. His identity hasn't been released, and there are no arrests at this time.
1 man is killed, another wounded after shots are fired at a Phoenix hotel. Police were called to the Radisson Hotel Phoenix Airport around 5 this morning at 44th Street in Van Buren. Witnesses reported hearing yelling and arguing right before the shooting. The wounded victim is in critical condition.
Well, COVID booster shots are being recommended for Americans 8 months after they are fully vaccinated, and many Valley residents are already rolling up their sleeves. Fox 10's Jennifer Martinez is live with more. Jennifer.
Well, I spoke with a Glendale man who received his booster shot this week, but I did speak to a health expert, and he says not so fast with the recommendation just yet. Smooth as silk is what 82-year-old Fred Taylor says about receiving his COVID-19 booster shot Wednesday afternoon.
The only thing that they needed from you was your card indicating that you had received the previous shots.
He and his wife both received the 3rd shot. It's been 5 days. He reports no symptoms.
As James Brown would say, I feel good.
Executive Director for the Arizona Public Health Association, Will Humble, says the jury is still out on whether the booster shot is actually needed.
There's some decent evidence that people who are immune compromised would benefit from that additional booster shot. But for the general public, there has not been a thorough evidence review yet. And that's supposed to happen.
Humble says the evidence review is done for all vaccines, but has yet happened for the booster shots. Usually, this looks at risk and benefit factors. Last week, the Biden administration recommended those who are already vaccinated to get a booster shot 8 months after their initial 2 doses.
I think it's premature to be discussing booster shots for all when the advisory committee, who does the technical and evidence review, hasn't even met and published anything yet. It's just that you had political appointees doing the rounds on cable television last week saying that they really thought a 3rd dose would be important. Well, that's not the way it's supposed to work. You do the evidence review first, and then you support your policy decision using that evidence review. And that didn't happen last week.
Now, the evidence review will happen sometime next week. Reporting live in Phoenix tonight, I'm Jennifer Martinez with Fox 10 News.
Well, new tonight, a vaccine mandate issued for tribal workers on the Navajo Nation. President Jonathan Nez made the announcement today. It applies for all full-time, part-time, and temporary employees. They must be vaccinated against COVID-19 by September 29th or submit a negative COVID test at least once every 2 weeks. The Navajo Nation covers parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. The findings of the Maricopa County ballot recount are set to be handed over tomorrow. The group Cyber Ninjas was hired by state Senate Republicans. The group has no previous election experience. The CEO spread false conspiracy theories about the election. Previous audits found no widespread evidence of fraud, and Maricopa County calls the audit a sham. The recount began on April 23rd at the Arizona State Fairgrounds.
The state Senate is going to review the results for clarity and for accuracy, and then they're going to release the final report to the public. Now, like all of you, I am anxiously awaiting that final report.
Well, the Arizona Court of Appeals ordered state Senate Republicans to turn over the documents about how the audit was handled. They will go to the watchdog group American Oversight. Well, what was Hurricane Henri is now a tropical depression. The storm weakened tonight as it moved inland along the northeastern United States. Tens of thousands of customers lost power in Rhode Island and Connecticut. And there are concerns about flooding from New York to New England in the coming days. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more.
I've already approved emergency declarations for Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New York.
President Biden offering support to the Northeast after Henri made landfall Sunday in Rhode Island. At one point a Category 1 hurricane, it weakened just before landfall, but still brought flash flooding. Federal officials are currently on standby to assist in recovery efforts.
FEMA has already pre-positioned resources in the region to speed our ability to respond, including food, water, and life-saving communications equipment. I also want to encourage everyone to do their part to prepare. Follow the guidance from their local authorities.
Henri and its wet weather and wind is expected to creep along as it moves over New England. New York City was drenched with its heaviest hour of rainfall ever over the weekend, and several more inches are forecasted over the next few days. Meanwhile, police and firefighters in Newark, New Jersey rescued more than 80 people from their cars stranded in floodwaters. Residents in the Northeast are being urged to avoid unnecessary travel.
My biggest concern right now is that people might think that the threat has passed, and they shouldn't. So if you're in an area that's experiencing roadway flooding, you need to stay home.
There has been downed trees and property damage in parts of Rhode Island and Connecticut. More than 100,000 lost power. Crews are racing to restore it before this week's forecasted 90-degree weather. Henri is expected to continue to weaken over the next few days before heading to Atlantic Canada later this week. In Old Saybrook, Connecticut, Lauren Blanchard, Fox 10 Phoenix.
Still ahead, we hear from fans of a comedian and former Fox actor performing tonight in downtown Phoenix. He required vaccinations for everyone entering his shows. But first, new video into our newsroom. Chaos on the streets of Portland tonight. Protesters with opposing political views collide.